This is the 44th video in a series of videos studying the 101 laws of the Success Mindset Code. In this video, we will address the 44th law, the Law of Resignation. When we talk about resignation, many people confuse it with giving up, weakness, or passivity. But in reality, resignation is one of the most intelligent strategies a mature mind can develop. It is the ability to recognize the limits of control, to understand that not everything bends to our will, and to direct our energy only where it can truly create change. As we grow older and experience more of life, we discover that fighting against the inevitable is not heroism. It is often frustration, exhaustion, and emotional bankruptcy. The law of resignation teaches us the wisdom of letting go and the power that emerges when we focus only on what we can influence. Imagine being caught in a strong river current. You can fight endlessly against the flow, wasting strength, breath, and clarity, or you can lean into the current, allowing it to guide you to safer waters. Resignation is not closing your eyes to reality. It is seeing reality with clarity. It is recognizing that some outcomes are beyond us and that insisting on control becomes a self-imposed prison. Let's take the story of James, for example. He spent years trying to change a work environment that was structurally dysfunctional. He argued, confronted, planned, and pushed. But no matter how hard he tried, nothing truly changed. His stress increased, his relationships suffered, and his confidence shrank. One day, he stopped and asked himself a powerful question. Is this within my control? The honest answer was no. So he shifted his focus to what he could control: his reactions, his choices, his opportunities. That shift changed everything. He became lighter, more strategic, and more peaceful. Eventually, he found a job aligned with his values. Ironically, letting go opened the door he had been trying to force for years. Resignation is not surrendering to defeat. It is surrendering to intelligence. Now compare that to Sarah, who refused to accept reality. She fought every detail she couldn't control: traffic, bureaucracy, politics, the behavior of others. She invested emotional energy in battles she could never win. Over time, she became drained, bitter, and cynical. She lived in constant tension. Her refusal to resign didn't make her stronger, it made her fragile. She believed that resistance was power, when in fact, acceptance would have given her freedom. Think about your financial life for a moment. How many times have you insisted on maintaining a lifestyle you can't currently afford? How many times have you held on to expectations that no longer match your reality? How many financial frustrations exist today because of the refusal to adapt? Sometimes, resignation means accepting that a phase is over, the business that didn't work, the investment that went wrong, the job that no longer aligns. Maturity means closing chapters gracefully. Resignation is not passive. In fact, it is active self-preservation. When you accept what you cannot change, you stop bleeding energy into dead ends. You turn that energy inward, towards strategy, growth, clarity, and calm. Financial intelligence requires resignation. You cannot change inflation. You cannot change government policy. You cannot change economic cycles, but you can change your spending habits. You can change your skills. You can change your relationship with money. The mature mind stops demanding that the world behaves perfectly and instead takes responsibility for its part. Another key aspect of resignation is flexibility. Life is constantly shifting, and those who insist on rigidity break easily. Instead, be like water, adaptable, flowing, wise. When a river meets a rock, it does not rage. It curves, evolves, and keeps moving. That is why resignation is a powerful tool for prosperity after midlife. You no longer have time to waste fighting unchangeable realities. You need focus. Consider how many people lose years insisting on changing someone else, a partner who won't grow, a colleague who refuses to improve, a relative unwilling to evolve. You cannot control the unwilling, but you can control your boundaries. You can control your distance. You can control your peace. And when you choose resignation, you choose serenity. Serenity gives mental clarity. Mental clarity produces better financial decisions. There is deep psychological science connected to this. The brain under stress enters survival mode. Survival mode sabotages planning, logic, and discipline. By accepting the immovable, you free your mind from the chains of worry, opening space for creativity, problem-solving, and growth. Here is another truth. Resignation ends the emotional addictions that keep people broke. Many individuals are addicted to complaining, blaming, or waiting for someone else to fix their problems. Resignation breaks that cycle. When you accept that certain things won't change, you stop waiting for permission and start acting. Ask yourself now, what financial situation have you been fighting that is out of your control? Debt that won't disappear on its own? A salary ceiling that your job cannot overcome? An economic environment that simply doesn't favor your current plan? Instead of fighting reality, redirect your energy to solutions. Could you learn a new skill? Start a side income? Reduce expenses? Improve emotional control over spending? Build an emergency fund? These are within your control. Resignation also dismantles destructive expectations. Expectations are invisible enemies of peace. They create frustration when reality doesn't match fantasy. Mature financial intelligence means letting go of fantasies of instant wealth, effortless success, or magical rescue. It means accepting where you are, acknowledging your limits, and taking intelligent action forward. Acceptance generates tranquility. Tranquility generates consistency. Consistency generates prosperity. That is the formula. To resign intelligently, ask yourself, does this situation deserve my emotional energy? Am I trying to change something external when the transformation needs to happen inside? Am I resisting because of pride, fear, or ego? Those who refuse to resign often carry invisible fear. Fear of appearing weak, fear of admitting failure, fear of letting go of identity. But resignation is strength because it requires humility, clarity, and courage. Financially, resignation is crucial for mature individuals who are rebuilding their lives. Maybe you can no longer recover lost decades. Maybe you cannot reverse past mistakes. Maybe you cannot recreate missed opportunities, but you can create new ones. When you resign from the fantasy of a different past, you invest in the power of your present. And the present is everything. The future belongs only to those who accept reality as the starting point. From acceptance comes direction. From direction comes strategy. From strategy comes transformation. As you walk your journey toward prosperity, keep a watchful eye for resistance inside you. Resistance is the ego screaming that things should be different. Resignation is the wisdom whispering that you can choose peace. Let go of the battles you cannot win. Focus on the battles you can. The law of resignation frees emotional space, mental clarity, financial creativity, and spiritual balance. And remember this, success is not only about changing the world, it is also about knowing when to let the world be. When you master resignation, you stop being a prisoner of frustration and become the architect of your own peace. Did you like this video? Then you know what to do. Hit like, leave a comment, share it, and subscribe. Remember, this content is just the beginning. In the link below, in the comments, you'll find something special to keep growing.